Hey everybody, I hope that you are doing well. As you can see, I've got a look for you today. I've done my hair. I've done my makeup. I've tried to get it all together because I am keeping on this shirt, okay? I'm keeping on this black t-shirt. I wanted a really kind of relaxed look today. I've actually got Bible study tonight, so I'm going to be doing Bible study, so I need to make sure that I am at least looking kind of together, but at the same time I want to be as relaxed as possible. So if you're interested in how I achieve this look, please stick around.
There's so much about me, more than the eye can see, but I'm so glad to be no one.
All right, now hopefully you can see me pretty well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off, my eyebrows are already done. I am going to start off with some of this. This is the P. Louise. P. Louise, this is Base Pro. Mine is pretty big because I didn't want to do a whole lot of orders to all the way to the UK where P. Louise is. All right, P. Louise Base Pro in Rumor 2. This one is really, really light, as you can see, but I just need a little bit to make sure that I can give it something to stick to. As you can see, I'm just dotting it, and then I'm going to spread it out with a little sponge or something, just to get it all over. Going in with the Pat McGrath, this is the Mothership. This is just the Mothership palette. So I'm going to go in with, I think I want to use some of this this color right here. I took the little thing out that says all the names, so I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to go in with this mauve, definitely that dark brown. So I'm just going to have some fun with it. Now the only thing is with that mauve color I just showed you, it is a little shimmery, but we're going to see how that's going to work, because usually I don't use a lot of shimmer right there in my crease area. So we're going to just see how it works. Okay, here we go. Okay, so with that dusty color, I want to say maybe dusty rose, you just go in. On me, it's kind of like a grayish purple. Just going around and trying to get some of it. All right. Now for that, with the same exact brush, I'm going in with that shimmery shade, that mauve color. And what that's doing is that's just softening it up just a little bit, because that matte is just a little deep to be so high on my brow. Alright, so as you can see, the colors that I'm using are quite light. So I am going to go into that, that Proceed with Caution palette. So I'm just gonna go in just a little bit. I'm gonna use this one just about maybe one more time. So I'm gonna go into this brown, oops. I'm gonna go into this brown color. You've probably heard me say this before, but I love Pat McGrath. The only thing is that it is very, very heavy. It feels very expensive, which it is, very luxury, but it is very heavy. So if I'm trying to go travel and things like that, this is probably not a palette that I would pick first, because it's quite heavy. And now that the airports and all of that are open back up, you know, it's just a little bit too heavy for me to travel with. So I'm just going in that outer V, just trying to get some of the color. I'm actually, just because I'm being lazy, I didn't pick up another brush. I'm just using the same brush. Because to me, it's not dark enough, I'm gonna go in with this black. This is Gloves On in the Proceed with Caution palette. And what I love about it is this black, hopefully you can see it. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, okay? It's got a little bit of shimmer in there. Look at it real quick. Maybe some gold. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a little bit of shimmer right there. It's very, very, very nice. Of course, I'm going to use a different brush, so let me get something smaller. I'm going to use oldie but goodie. This is the Morphe E18 brush. So now that you see that I have that black, I'm going to go back into that other palette, and I'm just going to get that same brown just to kind of round it out and not make it so harsh. But see, of course, that brown on top of a little bit of black, of course it makes that brown a little darker. So I don't want it to be really harsh, and you see these nice light spring-like pinks, and then you see just the black. It's too harsh to me. So I'm just getting some of that back from the Pat McGrath. That gives me a little bit of burgundy without really having that maroon color, without really trying to use that maroon color. Now, I want to have something really nice here. So I'm gonna go into, I don't really want gold though. I really want a champagne, kind of a champagne purple-ish, hopefully you can see that. Kind of a champagne purple light color. Okay, so I'm gonna go into that, but I am going to put a little bit more P. Louise right there, not to really cut the crease, but to get a little bit more color out of my Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath, don't get me wrong now, because Pat McGrath, anything you put on your eye, you're gonna see. You know, it's not like it's faint or anything like that, but I just want it to really kind of pop. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing a cut crease, but I want it to really, really stand out there. And be really, really pretty and whimsical like. So whatever eye shape you have, I'm just kind of following my eye, my literal eye I can feel up under this brush. So I'm just following my eye shape. Nothing special about what I'm doing, okay? Okay, so when I look, I can see kind of how it's gonna go, how that color is gonna go. Now that is a really, really pretty color. So I'm gonna go in with the whole thing. Let's just try the whole thing. No need to. Yep. Very nice. See that? It's very nice. I was just gonna do the outside of it, but I like it. Now, it is up against the black, as you can see. So I'm gonna have to do some shading or some blending just with the brush, not with a color. Okay? Because my eyes are kind of hooded, I have to come in just a little bit to kind of create a, it's kind of difficult but to explain, but I gotta create a crease there, right? See? Because it would be like right around here if I felt it. If I felt it, you can feel it right here. I don't know, that's gross, but hopefully you guys can see it, okay? Now, even though I'm probably gonna line my eyes with a blackish color, I am still gonna use gloves on. That is the Proceed with Caution palette, and I'm going to use just a little bit of it right back here, okay? What that just did was that just brought the whole look kind of together on the eyes. I wanted it to all look seamless from the top to the bottom. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, very simply, I'm going to line my eyes, go in with Pat McGrath's eyeliner. This is Extreme Black, and she has like a long name. It's the Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in Extreme Black. All right, so so I'm gonna just go in with this. It seems like to me that ColourPop kind of tries to make their liners a lot like, try to make them kind of be like the Pat McGrath ones, because they're kind of crayon-like on the end. Yes, it comes with a sharpener. This is the first mascara that I've purchased in a long time by a luxury brand. It's also a black-owned brand. This is actually my first mascara that I've bought from a black-owned brand, I think. So this is the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes. Listen, I haven't even used it yet. You need it. I haven't even put it on. You need it, trust me. So this is not one of those things where you just use some mascara, you just put it on and you're like, oh, I don't see anything. Not really. No, this actually does the trick. I'm just using what I have. So I'm just going to use a I'm going to use a regular brand. This is Milk by Milk Cosmetics. This is the Hydro Grip. A lot of people like to use this one. So, and I like to use this one. So you all have seen me use it. So there's no need for me to go into how great it is and all of that. I like it because the foundation sticks, you know, pretty much to this foundation, sticks to your face and in all the right places. So I like to use that to keep oil at bay and all of that stuff. Now, I have already used some moisturizer for my skin. I've already done those things. And I use some SPF because I'm planning on going to exercise in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go in and put, where is it? I'm going to put it on, but I can't find it. Give me a second. All right, so here it is. You've seen me do it all the time. This is translucent powder in medium deep by Laura Mercier. I use this all the time. I've noticed that I use it more underneath my foundation and stuff more than I use it underneath my eyes and all of that now. And that's just because I've just kind of changed what I do a little bit. And so as you can see, I'm putting it right on top of that Hydro Grip just so that the places where I get really, really oily, it's going to help me keep those together because I'm going to do Bible study after I exercise. And that's just kind of how my Tuesdays go. So, all right. So another thing that I got from one of my favorite YouTubers. Now, what I just did, one of my favorite YouTubers, Jackie Ina, does that up under her foundation, and it actually works for me. So I'm gonna keep doing it. All right. So another thing that I saw from another YouTuber was Savannah Silver. I love her videos. She lives in Japan, and she said to get the MAC paint pot. Get a MAC paint pot, and in the areas where you crease a lot, my smile lines are the worst. She said put some of that paint pot there. So this is my first time trying it. I went to MAC the other day and I picked up Painterly. I've used Painterly for years. I've used that a lot. And then I found a new color. This one is called Belle Epic. I've used Painterly for a long time. As you can see, it is very, very light. And so you can use either Painterly or you can use the other one. But I'm using this one because it's one of their brand new shades. And it's kind of brown and kind of orange, called Belle Epic. So I'm going to use this one. And all I'm doing is I'm just going into with a brush. Going in with a little brush here. And I am going to wipe it or swipe it just a little bit on my smile lines. Okay? Let me get a mirror. You know that the paint pot, those of you who like makeup, you know that that paint pot is very concentrated, thick. So as you can see, it almost just erased my lines there. Honey, they deep. They'll come if they want to. Okay? All right? Just want to make sure that color is in there. The product is in there. Okay? That's all. All right. Now, I like this because it's like a color corrector. It puts you in the mind of a color corrector, right? Because it's kind of orangey. So I think that that's actually going to work. We'll see. We'll see. And for me, I also have a little bit here and here. So I'm going to take no extra product and I'm just going to go here and there up under my eye very lightly. You don't need to drag it. You don't need to. So I'm just dabbing it. And hopefully that should help with discoloration. That should help with lines and things like that. Because I'm no longer a 20-something, honey. We passed 20-something a minute ago. All right. So, so now I want to use some foundation. Now, to stay in that same Black-owned brand, I was going to pull out Fenty. We've seen Fenty. I was going to pull out the foundation stick by Juvia's Place. We've seen that. I even have the foundation from Juvia's Place, which is amazing. Let me say that. It's amazing. But I saw one that I haven't used in a little while, and it is by Beauty Bakery in the shade 309W. So I said, you haven't haven't used that in a while. So I'm gonna go back into it. I don't know why I stopped using it, because I remember, if I remember correctly, I think I liked it. So I'm gonna go in with Beauty Bakery. I'm just gonna put it down on a little disc here. Just about 3 squirts, okay? And then I'm gonna go in with a sponge. So I like to just dot it in places. Ooh, why did I stop using this? I don't know. So I like to just dot it and then go. Now this puts you in the mind of, ooh, I don't know. I mean, looking at it, it looks kind of runny, I think. But the color payoff is like, it's very, very pigmented. I really don't know why. Maybe because of the lines that I saw. I don't know.
She made some bad decisions, made some cries for help. The man that she thought that she needed and wanted finally came.
All right. Now, oh, I really like that foundation. Ooh. Where have I been? I don't know why I haven't used it as much. I think maybe because a lot of other foundations come out and you want to try them and try something new and try something because it says this, that, and the other. But this is the Instabake Aqua Glass foundation. My shade is 309W. Baby, I don't know why I stopped using it. I don't know what happened. But I really like the shade. Look. I like that shade. That is so pretty. I don't know why I stopped using it. Anyway, so I'm gonna zoom out just a little bit so you can see my full face, okay? Oh, I just had a thought. I know why I stopped using it. I stopped using it because the concealer that comes with it is so small. And they don't give you the full fluid ounce. I think in some other foundations, they give you the fluid ounce, right? 1 fluid ounce, sometimes it's 1.2, 1.5. This is 0.9, so it's not a full fluid ounce. That's why I stopped using it, because I was like, it's not enough in there, so I think I wanted to save it or something. I don't know why, but I think I wanted to hold on to it, so that's why I stopped using it as much. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna use the, this is Juvia's Place, and this is number 12. Now, also the concealer that comes with this one, I remember it being really, really small and it wasn't a travel size. So I think that's another reason why I didn't like it as much. It's not the product. It's not the product. It's how they're selling the product, right? So this one, and then I like to get the concealer that may go with it, or may look really good with it, or maybe in the same line or whatever. That's what I didn't like. I didn't think that it was enough product. So, and it was like the same amount as any other foundation. And I said, sis, come on, sis, Cashmere, come on. Well, anyway, but I really, really like that one. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this Juvia's Place. You've seen me use concealer quite a bit. So I just like to do my little 3 lines and hook them up and go from there. So here we go, 1, 2, 3, there we go. 1, 2, 3, I don't have all day. My children are taking a nap and I'm trying to go to the next thing, okay? So here we go. 1 down the middle, 1, 2, 3. All right, down here, a little bit here. There we go. That's all that I'm gonna do, okay? So with that, I'll go in and try my best to make it match. As you can see, it's a lot of color here. So I don't need more than what I just did, right? Don't let it scare you, y'all. It's gonna be okay.
You've got to know that I've got your back, I'm in control. Oh, waiting on you. Oh, I'm here, right here, waiting.
Okay. With the excess, you can go here if you want. You can. All right, and that'll kind of give you a somewhat semi contour. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into Mocha Mommy. But before I go into Mocha Mommy, I wanted to show y'all something. And you've probably seen this, I don't know. But this is not a black brand. This is by Morphe. But look at Mocha Mommy compared to, my hands are so slippery today. Mocha Mommy compared to, what is this, Leader. They are almost the same, especially when you put them on. What I like about Leader, and here again, I was just talking about that Beauty Bakery. Here again, with Mocha Mommy, you get 0.22 ounces. With Leader, you get 0.70 ounces, right? So it's quite a bit more. Of course, you get a really good payoff. You get really good color payoff. It looks really, really good. But I just wanted y'all to see that. And this was, I think, $12, and Mocha Mommy. All right, so before I go into that Mocha Mommy, I'm gonna try some. I'm just gonna use just a little bit of espresso in this matchstick. I'm gonna use just a little bit, get some out, and go underneath. I also like to use it here on my jawline, but make sure that you go down up underneath rather than right up on your face, okay? I don't want a 5 o'clock shadow. I don't want to look like I should have a beard and all that. So I'll just go up underneath and try not to come up on the sides. All right. I'm using this. This is the Real Tools brush, but I know it's a foundation brush, but I like to just kind of use it to spread out the product. For the most part, I'm going in little circles to kind of spread that color. There we go. Just a swipe or two, okay? So now that we've done that, let's go ahead and set, right? So I'm gonna set all the underneath my eyes. I'm gonna set it with, this is Cashew by Fenty. With Cashew by Fenty, those of you who have been watching me, you know that I like to be a little bit careful with it. Not just the color, but it gives you a lot of, it can be a lot. So just make sure you don't go in with a whole bunch, all right? The new, different sponge. I think I got these from Amazon or something. So just put a little bit. And they smell so good to me. All right. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is, now that I've got a good amount of product on there, I'm gonna go back into the Fenty, and I'm just gonna put it in some places just for brightening. Okay, everything is set, but I'm just gonna put some there just for brightening. So I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right here, and just about right here. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna let that sit. All right. Now I want to go back into what I said earlier. I want to go with that Mocha Mommy. Just a nice little bit. I'm going to use, this is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe JH02. And so we're just going to get a little bit there. This I will bring up. Bring it up, and then on the other cheek. I don't take it underneath. because it is a little red, right? You can kind of see that it's a little red. All right. Once you've done that, go in with whatever you have to set it. I'm going in with this it's not mineralized skin finish. This is the one by Sephora that I always use in deep. Okay. So the color is deep, and you just go in, and I don't even have to look to try to do it because I know pretty much all the places. It's just setting it, right? All right. So I'm going to get that mirror out. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and we need some blush. When it comes to blush, sis, just stick with what you know, okay? So what I have is the Saharan Blush Palette Volume 1, Saharan Blush Palette Volume 2. You know, it's really nice that all these companies are coming out with it. I know another one that's good, Minted is good. You know, just stick with what you know. So this is Volume 1. And this is Volume 2. 1 and 2. Look at all these blushes. Why am I going to sit up and buy a whole bunch of blushes that don't work for me when all of these work for either a highlight or a blush? I'm going to just stick with what I know, right? So what I'm doing is I'm going in with, because it is kind of summery, not summery, but it's kind of springy now. I'm going to go into Toby. I'm going to go into that orange shade. I'm going to use that for my blush today. I know it looks very, very, very orange. Hopefully you can see it. I've got my windows open and stuff. I might need to close the blinds. Hopefully you can see that shade. All right. So Toby. All right. You don't need a whole lot. A little dab will do you. And it's orange. And it looks good on my skin tone. That's one thing that I do not splurge with. I don't spend a lot of money on my blushes. I just don't see the purpose. All right? Especially when I can go and get everything that I need from one of our girls, right? All right. So, after I've done that, I'm going to go in and get something for my inner ear. And for my tear duct. All right. And that inner tear duct, I'm going to go in finally to Caution. Let's go into that yellow. I'm going to go ahead and get that yellow. Now this is like a bumblebee, bright, super pretty yellow. So I'm going to actually use that yellow for my inner tear duct. Okay. And what I'm also going to do, because when I try to get some color, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a lot of fallout. So rather than trying to get it and catch it and then it falls all in my eye, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some spray. I'm going to spray my brush just once or twice. It doesn't matter, whatever setting spray you have. And that's going to help that stay a little bit going from here to here and not down here. If that makes sense. All right. So now I'm going to put the color. And I'm doing that because I want the shade to be concentrated, right? In a certain space. I want it to be concentrated in a certain area. See? Now that it's got some not powder, some spray on it, it's kind of concentrated now. I don't need it falling and all of that. Sometimes you can tell when there's going to be a lot of fallout. You can already tell. So don't set yourself up. Just spray. Now you can get the rest of that under eye. I just like for that to sit just a little bit. Kind of bake just a little bit. And because I went in to the side of my nose, I'm not going to really do much contouring my nose and stuff. No need to. All right. Okay. So now that the face is complete, I'm going to go ahead, spray my face, and then we're going to do just a little bit of highlight. All right. Okay. So now I am going to, while that's drying, I'm going to go back into that same that same Saharan palette, I used Toby, remember? So I'm gonna go in with, this is Lila. This is Lila. I'm gonna use Lila for my highlight, and we're gonna do something to this hair. I'll be right back. Just a little bit. See, it gives you a lot of color. It always, that Juvia's Place does not disappoint. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do something to my hair. I'll be right back. I was moving so fast, I forgot about lipstick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a lip liner. I'm gonna use Mademoiselle from Juvia's Place, and then I'm going to use, this is a darker shade. This is actually hot chocolate, so I think I'm gonna use that one as well. All right, so this is Brown Girl Friendly. It's not necessarily by a brown girl, but this is the Shayla and Color Pop, since we used that earlier. We're going to do that. This is B4. This is BFF4. See what I mean? It glides kind of similar to the Pat McGrath. Mademoiselle is rather light.
I understand that all I have to do is trust in you, to believe in you, depend on you, have faith in you, and all that fighting, backsliding, backbiting, it's funny to me now.
All right, so this is the finished look. I told you, as promised, I was staying in this shirt, so I wanted to make sure that I could get some kind of look from somewhere using a just regular t-shirt, looking relaxed and all of that. And I wanted to celebrate our black companies, black companies, and especially these female woman-led companies. I wanted to make sure that I highlighted them today as well. So if you enjoyed watching this, thank you so much for stopping by, and if you would, please like, comment, subscribe, and share this experience with all of your friends and your family and all of that. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.